Hi guys! Okay, so this time when I'm filming this video, I'm going to try really hard not to get my head in the way. Because yeah, that's annoying. I don't know about you, but it was annoying to me. So I have this page here next to the page I did yesterday. I just scraped some leftover paint on it, and I have this feeling I'm going to end up covering most of it up, but that's okay. So what I want to do is I have this inspiration photo. I think I got it off of Pinterest, and I like the way the background is grungy and drippy, and it has the obvious geometric designs with the circles and the lines. And I'm not going to copy this exactly, but I'm going to use this as inspiration for what I want to do on this page. So I'm going to pick some paint colors. I'm going to get some mark making tools, and I will be back. Okay, so I have some paint colors. This is a Bella paint. These are all craft acrylics. So this is a Bella brand paint in bright white. This is a brand you get at Lowe's or Home Depot. I don't remember, but one of those. Americana and bittersweet chocolate. I'll turn them upside down so you can kind of see my color palette. This is Craft Smart in vanilla. Anita's all-purpose acrylic in latte. Another Anita's paint in island green. And an Americana in sea breeze. Okay, so that's kind of be my palette, which I think, other than I've made the blues more turquoisey, I think it goes well with what I'm going to try to do. And then for mark making tools, I have, this is a Martha Stewart painting tool I thought I could do some of the lines with. And then I have, this is just a rolled up piece of cardboard, and then I taped it with duct tape and I cut it in half, and it makes interesting circle marks. And then I have a variety of plumbing tools. These are PVC plumbing parts that I use to make circles and things with. Oops. And then I have some lids, different kinds of lids. This is from my hairspray can. And that's it. So I'm going to get started on the page, and we will see what happens. I'm probably going to speed through this part. I may add a little bit of voiceover. We'll see what happens. All right, I'll be back. Okay, so here I'm getting my palette ready, and I start out with the lighter neutral colors first at the bottom of the page. And for me, this page was all about drippage. You see I spilled there, but it was still wet, so baby wipes work wonders. Anyway, so this page was all about drippage and layers of marks on top of each other. And I loved that when I got the page done, there were little small bits and hints of the bright neon orange still showing through. I loved that. So this kind of work is very, very messy. And definitely you need to have a towel, a rag, paper towel, something there at the end to catch the water. It was a little bit challenging to do, seeing as how my left shoulder is still bothering me. Thankfully my journal is not too heavy. It's, you know, not as big as the ones I had last year. Thank God, or I wouldn't have been able to do this page. Once I got that where I kind of liked it, I put some blue on the top and just kind of slapped it on, honestly. Tried to use up as much of it as I could. And then I am going to drip it the other way and really kind of slather it with water. And then, yeah, blot up the excess. And then let it dry. You'll notice I didn't put my brush in the water. There it is, nice and wet and juicy. I'm using up all my paint on the underneath page. And I put a lid underneath there. Now I'm going to go in with some other colors, and I'm going to start making my circles and my marks. And I added a gray, a Craft Smart, just a basic plain gray color.
that I thought would go with the page without muddying it up. I really liked the pops of the dark black or brown in the inspiration photo, so I wanted to make sure I had that on my page. I thought I was going to do more of these circles with my mark making tools, then I ended up actually painting the two biggest ones by hand. That surprised me that that's what I ended up doing, but I like the way it turned out. Now you see me playing with my plumbing parts and putting different colors down, different shapes. And I get out a gift card to help me make some of the lines and the marks. And I just do it in layers, and I make one layer of marks, let them dry, make another layer of marks and drips, let it dry, and I work the page that way until I feel like it's done. If I do one more thing to it, it's going to be that one thing too many. Here I'm just adding some extra paint with some water because I wanted to get some gray drips on there, and it just yeah, wasn't doing what I wanted it to, so I was just getting water everywhere, getting the bottom of my journal all wet. So I get the paint itself watery, I put it on the page, that starts to do what I want. Add a little water, there we go, nice drips. Yep, that's what I wanted. I mop up the excess as I'm going, or at least I try to. And I don't know if it shows on camera or not. I don't remember if the camera was still on or not, but I do get out my little cookie trays and my racks, and I put the book, my journal up on the two, yeah, there we go, on two of the racks, so that it's not laying directly on top of the wet paper underneath it. Not that I care that the cover gets all junky, because that's the part of having an art journal, and right now it's plain, and I fully expect as the year goes on it's going to get more fun marks and things on it, and I'm okay with that. But I don't want it to get totally saturated either. Trying to make sure I don't mark up the other page too much, because, you know, I do like that page. So on this one, I think I have a little too much water, so I grab a fresh paper towel to catch some of it, and I try to get it to drip every which way. And I do soak up a little bit of the excess water, you'll see, with the paper towel. I kind of blot some of it up a little bit because there was a little bit too much water on there. There were a few puddles. But I just love the way it looks with the layers of marks and the layers of drips. And the more things you put on there, the more interesting it got, and I just loved that. I thought that was fabulous. I would have been very easy to just keep going, and there I go with the mopping up. To just keep going and not really know when to stop. I can see me creating another page like this soon, because that was a lot of fun to make. As I'm going along, I am making sure I use the extra paint to get that other page started that's underneath. Right here I'm trying to prop it up so everything dries and doesn't stick together. So now everything's dry on that layer, so now I'm going to go in and I'm going to just smear some white paint in a couple places. I feel like I got too much on the top, so I take a baby wipe and wipe some of it back. There you go. You can, as long as you make sure your underneath layers are dry, you definitely can do that. Now I have that Martha Stewart tool, and I put some lines on the page, which I liked the lines, but I realized pretty quickly that they were too regular, so again I took my baby wipe and I wiped some of them back. There's my head in the way again. I was trying so hard not to have my head be in the way. Then I decided I'm going to do the same thing with the gray and the brown. I wiped my tool off, but I didn't clean it. And again, I liked the way that looked, but it was too many and too even and too straight. So I wiped them back with the baby wipe, and I was much happier with the way that looked. So now I just have just the dark brown out, and I am watering it down a little bit. And I just want to bring back some of the brown that's in that one circle. I feel like I'm wanting to add another circle here, but then as soon as I do it, I don't like it. So I wipe it off. And then I start bringing back some of the dark brown lines. That I'm happy with. And I run the card on the page to create the line, and then I just drag it just a little bit, and that gives you those little small drag marks. And I do this with the dark brown, and I also do it actually with the gray. And I also do circles with the dark brown. Oh yeah, the white circles. I did the white circles, and right away as soon as I did them I thought, you know, those might be a little too white. So yeah, you see me mixing the two paints together to get sort of a lighter tan color, and that I'm much happy with. So I go right over the white circles with that more tan color, and that I like that better. It's not so stark. And I use that same kind of brownish gray color that I have now to put some more lines on the page. And then once I do that, I think I'm, you know, pretty well done. I really like the way it turned out. So I noticed when I was letting the page dry that there is some journaling on the original inspiration photo. There's my head in the way again. I really have to learn not to do that. So I decide that I want to journal on my page when it's dry, but I have absolutely no idea what to write. I did know that I wanted to put white journaling in the top blue part and black in the bottom lower part. But then I was looking at my Facebook page, and a Tiny Buddha quote came up on my Facebook news feed from my sister. She posted it, and I loved that. So I decided that needs to be on my journal page. And so that's what I'm adding onto my page right now. Okay, here's the original, and if you look closely, there's some journaling in the design. So I just decided to use that in my version. I think my version turned out pretty well. It's definitely different than the original, but it's my take of it on it, and I really like it. And it says, being happy doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means you've decided to look beyond the imperfections. I like that. So anyway, this was a fun page to create and experiment with. I hope you all like it, and that you try one too. Alright, I'll see you later. Bye!